guys defensively took control of the game right off the bat. Did you kind of see that coming?
I can't lie to you. I say no. I would say this from the players' standpoint. They've worked very hard since off season, right on through. Worked hard in camp, and we had a really good week of practice or extra week there, kind of counting the Green Bay week. So, but I think particularly in the first game, even if it's a team that you've been with, you're really never quite sure how you're going to play, and when you're brand new and not knowing anybody really to see how they're going to perform under stress, I think couldn't really say that. But we were going to go there with the right mindset. I knew that they had prepared, and usually if you prepare right, you got a great chance.
When you got here, when you looked back at the film last year, did you see a guy in Cole that had real potential as a guy attacking the gaps?
Well, we knew Cole. I mean, anybody that's in the process of thinking about selecting him knew him pretty good, and we had studied him hard when he was at Memphis and when I was with the Jets, and he was a guy that we thought a lot of because there's not many guys his size that have his athletic ability, and the other thing he has that's really something is he's a great conditioned player for a big man. I mean, he played almost every play. Had two really super effort plays, jumped up, knocked the pass down, so thought he did a great job, and we all understood what kind of talent this guy had, and to his credit too, he's worked really hard, to become a technician in there, and taking coaching very well from Tommy Brazier, and we're really pleased where he is, and now we gotta, like the rest of our defense, we gotta keep trying to get better each day.
Did you reduce the amount of read and react stuff you had to do?
Well, we still play a lot. I mean, we're more similar to that than people maybe would realize. We do a lot of quote two gapping, but we certainly get on the edge of blockers and do that and try to take advantage, not just of him, but anybody's ability to disrupt. So it's kind of a combination of those two things that, from a technique standpoint, that we do. So, and he's blessed that he can do both of those and do them very well.
Bob, for a young guy, a rookie, an Ivy Leaguer, a 7th-round draft pick, you got Catapano a lot of work as a situational rusher. How do you feel about how he did the other day?
I thought he did really well, and as you know, Cat missed a lot of time in preseason, and we kind of, went back and forth what he was going to be when he came here, and then after OTAs. Kind of a consensus opinion, Coach Gary Gibbs and Tommy, we could use this guy right now in sub situations because he's a good rusher. He can be inside or outside as a rusher. He's got a great motor. Obviously, he's an intelligent guy, so he can take on a lot of different jobs, and I think his role just will keep going. I thought he did a really nice job for a first game in the NFL.
Do you think that he'll do a lot of that again this week?
Yeah, I think he's gonna. Yeah, he's part of our packages, and every game has its own flavor. But I don't see any reason. I'll say this: his role isn't getting reduced. He'll just keep playing, and he does a really good job.
When Alan Bailey's back, he missed a week. How does that all fit in?
Well, that was Mike's opportunity.
Yeah, and I think it's like anything too. We do a pretty good job of rolling players through there, and like we always tell them, if there's something you can do well, we're probably going to try to find some way to use that. And sometimes we create their own personnel package and get them on the field that way. But anybody that we take to a game, we're going to try to find a way to use their talent. Whether they're primarily there for special teams or they're in a backup role. We want to be able to use all the bodies that we take, and I think it keeps guys, excited during the week of practice. They know long-term wise, hey, if I keep working, I'm going to find my way on that field, and Alan coming back is a plus for us, not a minus. So
no, I didn't mean that.
No, I understand. I'm just saying it'll give us a chance to have some people to rotate and some different packages up there.
Kind of in that same vein, what are some of the skills you're make you feel so comfortable using how they're supposed to look the scrimmage? Okay.
Well, Coach Eric's, in his career has played, the dime role a lot here in the past and does a really good job. He's like I've said many times, he's a unique player because He has the ability to play deep. He has the ability to match up on a tight end, match up on a running back. Has a good feel in the running game. Just can kind of dart in and out. Just, you know, I mean, that's a talent he has, and he's becoming more proficient, with understanding some of those things, I think, in there, and worked really hard at his underneath coverage and skills, not just man-to-man, but all the other things we're doing. And, he gives us great flexibility. And, usually people are trying to find a way to get a positive matchup if you're on offense. And, with he and DJ down, we can match up pretty good.
Couple more, guys.
How important is it to make sure you cover, but Jason Witten obviously is a very talented tight end, and then of course they got the guys on the outside too.
Yeah, well they got, to be truthful, they just have a lot of weapons there. That's why they're one of the better offenses in the National Football League. They got a quarterback that can make every throw, does a great job. As you're saying, you got Dez on the outside, who's a handful for everybody, and Jason Witten's been a staple there, and I think without question, it's certainly a guy that Romo trusts and counts on in real critical situations. Had 100+ catches a year ago. All three wideouts, or all three receivers, almost two of them were 1,000, and one was just under 1,000 in reception yards. So that tells you something about them. So they're just a really good football team that's going to demand we play really well, and you can't let down at all because they can attack you in a lot of different areas.
What have the good teams done to keep Witten not under control, but at least stay accountable?
Well, I mean, you if you can match up with him, and do that. And the problem when you get into any of the other stuff, you try to double a guy like Witten, then there's somebody that's left free on the outside. So you get in a lot of those problems, and you like most of the good offensive teams, you can't just go in and do one thing, or they're going to carve you up and do that. So you just got to mix it up, and you got to mix up man and zone, and you got to try to get your hands on them a little bit. But more than anything, I think you just got to change up what's happening out there. So the quarterback's not comfortable, Witten's not comfortable, and then you got to play your tail off.
Do all those guys make it more difficult to blitz?
Well, you got to cover. That's one way to look at it. The other one, they got to block. So we're gonna be true to who we are and what we do. And one thing we love about our system is we're fluid. We're not. That isn't the only thing we do. We got a sack on a 3-man rush the other day. So we can keep you as off balance as they can keep us off balance, and that's really the objective here, is that hopefully they can't dictate everything to us, that they have to deal with us a little bit. And, we don't want to become just one thing, and so we work hard at that. And players understand that concept, that we've got to be able to do several different things here, because every team is different, and then, like I say, you don't want to just get to a position where that's what you are, period.
Okay.
Coach, is it a coach's dream to have players who are inspired by each other? Tamba was talking about when somebody makes a sack, it's kind of a competition, that they all want to step up and make a big play without getting out of their gap and their assignment.
Yeah, I think one what's really exciting is that these guys generally enjoy playing with each other. I mean, they enjoy these guys as teammates. They have fun with each other. I mean, that's one thing. Seems strange, but we always tell them, hey, this is a hard game, but we can have fun. We can enjoy what we're doing. And since the first meeting, we said we don't want you to come in this building or come in these meetings and be thinking drudgery. We're not. That's not what we want. We want this to be. It's hard work. When you lose, it isn't fun. But you still come in. We're all blessed to have a great thing going here. From us coaching to them playing in the National Football League is. I think for all of us a dream come true, so we can't forget that. And I think the closer they get, the more that they depend on each other, and the more that they count on each other, the better off we can be.
Okay, guys, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, yep.
How about the raising?